So good evening, my creamy cupcakes. This is the Candid show brought to you by host Sriram and Krishna is my co-host today. So today we are back again today to discuss a very common topic, something which we've been discussing for a very long time also. So today we're talking about the idea of college, or like maybe in a common sense, maybe like why do we need colleges, or college is really important in this era, especially because considering we have so many ways to get earn knowledge right now, YouTube, etc. So do we really need colleges? And we'll be talking about like why do colleges are important in one way or the other, because we cannot completely ignore that colleges are completely bad, right? So obviously they have their own sets of advantages we'll be talking about in this episode as well. So to kick things off, I think the very first thing which I want to discuss about is what are the current ways in which you can actually gain education, right? Because if you think about it right now, you can basically earn any sort of a college degree by just sitting in your home, right? You just don't need to go to actual college, go pay money and do it, right? So you can go to website, especially YouTube, you can literally complete your entire degree, engineering degree, just off of home alone. So why do we think, or in the sense that why do you think, do you feel like colleges are really important right now, or what factors do you kind of have in your mind to say that colleges are important? Or if you don't think it as well, why do you think colleges will go extinct or maybe will decline in popularity as well?
So mainly I think that colleges are mainly important because of the physical presence of you in the labs and other kind of practical things which you kind of really go and check it out yourself. You learn the things, how it works. So like we are mechanical engineers, so like our presence in the college is very important because how the machine works, or like we kind of only know how the machine works, or like all the doubts we have we can clear on the spot with the concerned faculty. So like that physical kind of interaction or the learning session will not be as effective as in online method. So like that is the main thing I see. Colleges are really important, so like apart from subjects and exams.
So obviously I think the one biggest conclusion which I can take out of what you told was that the practical aspect of education is why colleges really stand out, because I think obviously going to labs and stuff, because in our cases obviously we do need to go in lab, we do need to have hands-on experience, so I think that aspect is understandable. But if you just keep that one fact aside alone, apart from that one aspect, every single aspect of college which we kind of do, that is go and studies, ask doubts from teachers, write exams, all of this I think can be easily achieved just by sitting in your home, right? So
yeah, but as you told, right, so like there may be a way where instead of colleges there may be labs for, like, if for mechanical engineers, for us, like all the machines, or like there must be a lab we can pay and go to the lab and learn things.
Exactly.
So, like other learning stuff and exams and degree, all we can do it online. So that may be also a way, but considering other departments like IT and CSE, they literally don't have any purpose on coming to college. Definitely. I think so. Like everything is kind of even during this pandemic situation, right? So like they are the ones who are unaffected most of the time, I think, because their job is always in system. So like
Definitely.
Working at home, so like that they will be like having no necessity for coming to any labs or like coming to a physical college. So like but speaking about colleges, I think is that the teacher student interaction is something that is the main concern for education, where you kind of clear your doubts, or like you at least, for like some students, they actually listen to the classes when they are only present at college. So like we also know that there are many distractions while sitting at home and in front of device. We know that we have games, we have many work in house, so like there are many distractions. So like all these distractions kind of been can be overcome while you go to the college. So like,
but I guess the point which I want to say here is that do you really have to pay so much? Like obviously more colleges charge a lot of fees, right? Like for example, we are paying around 4 or 5 lakhs for our UG degree. So do you really think spending 4 lakhs on just coming to college and just basically coming to college for practical knowledge? Because obviously I told you, learning experience of college is most of what we do, right? We learn and exams, all of this stuff, or effort which we put in. Most of the time the teachers don't do much. All of us people, we are the ones who most of the time struggle to actually read. So the point which I'm trying to make or trying to understand here is that do you really think we need to spend 4 lakhs just to gain practical knowledge?
I think mainly the reason why the price is so high is that because of the colleges, its reputation. So like
maybe infrastructure,
infrastructure, reputation, and the placement percentage they offer you while you join the college. So like these are the main reasons or assets, I think, that kind of that provides you the reason why you pay so much money, I think so.
Probably, I guess, because placements do play a very important role, I suppose, because a lot of these average performing students, right?
Even you see that most of the colleges kind of ensure you that you will be placed in some company or other. So like even at our college, they assure you that even if you don't get any job opportunities after completing your UG, they will get you placed somewhat in their own company. So like they are also having their own company. So like I think these are the reasons why they charge a high amount of fees, I think so. Like that is also I understand that is very high.
Yeah, probably. So most of the time we account for the high cost of a college or fees mostly to its infrastructure, I suppose. I think that's the only kind of result which you can come to. So moving on, I'd like to talk about the contemporary situation right now, because we as mechanical engineers right now, we've been in our homes for 1 year. We've kind of completed 2.5 semesters basically on online education. We've basically had no practical experience whatsoever, and we still continue to write exams in our homes, and we don't know when the situation is going to normalize. So do you think there's going to be some sort of an impact in our education? Because personally speaking, I don't think it is going to impact much, because honestly, if you actually have that knowledge, if you are really a good study student, if you have passion in what you do, I don't think this is technically going to affect you. Even though we did miss out on a lot, probably the experiences of college, I'll be talking about the experience, so-called experience which people tell about. I do not think there is something big to actually lose by losing these 1.5 years or something, I suppose, because for people who are really studious, for people who are passionate about their degree, they have probably been reading more and more extra, trying to do much more in their time, because college is not the only way by which you can actually attain success right now.
Yeah, doing all the you have everything in
value-added
YouTube.
skills.
Yeah, you have everything in YouTube, and you do internships. So like,
yeah,
if you are really passionate, you can sit at your home, and even like as he told that you can complete a college degree itself. So like there is no necessity for going to college. So like everything A to Z is available on YouTube. But even if not, you can purchase it in online. So like on various websites, they like Udemy and other websites, we can purchase your whatever the course you want to learn. So like if you are really passionate, nothing will actually physically stop you from learning different things. But I think that the college experience, as you told, is something that gets affected. So like all these friends and all these kind of vacations with friends, or like the actual college experience, what they say in all show in these movies, or like that experience, I think that will be the only thing we will be missing out. Is that that is the only thing that is only been impacted. So
a lot of people actually do tell that those experiences are definitely important, because I do kind of understand that maybe
the college is the only time you kind of enjoy with your friends, and is the only time you kind of you learn and enjoy at the same time.
So that does make sense to some extent. So I guess that's what we probably would have lost in these 1.5 years, I suppose. But again, I don't mind that too much, because I think for the students who are coming just to enjoy college, who want to live like the movies or the kind of like college portrayal which is shown in the movies, if they want to live that kind of lifestyle, then probably they are kind of upset that the lockdown kind of ruined everything for them. But honestly, I don't think this 1.5 years affected us particularly in any extent, I suppose. So moving on, the kind of the thing which I want to talk about is how is going to be the future of college, right? Future of education in general, because I don't want to talk about schools in this, because school is like a very big kind of thing within itself. So I'm going to stick to only the college discussion standpoint alone. So thinking about it now, within these 1.5 years, we probably delved completely into the online mode of education, right? Basically, every single place you go, any school, any college, anything for that instance is completely transformed into online. Even internships you can do online right now at your fingertips. So how is the kind of like the future of education going to be? Do you think that colleges are going to kind of like reduce, less and less number of people are going to go to colleges? Maybe these online courses, websites such as Udemy, etc., probably they might be the only places where people actually start to learn. So do you think there might be some sort of a paradigm shift where people start to have a change in mentality towards colleges?
We can divide this conversation into two types, where you consider one type, like if this condition or like this pandemic prolongs for a long time. So I think that all the education system, including schools and colleges, will completely shift to online methods. So like online teaching and everything, we will used to live with this pandemic, and we will used to learn everything from online. So like apart from going to schools or colleges physically. So like the other situation is that if this situation kind of slows down in a year or so, I think we will be back on track to going on to the normal method. So like but this question of why we need college has risen only during this pandemic situation. I think other than that you wouldn't have even had the thought
but I don't know, I think that is subject to changes, because I think even if this pandemic wouldn't have happened, we still would have found out other ways to gain knowledge, right? Because obviously
but still you will be going to college, right? But during this pandemic we have gone only one semester, and three semesters we have missed out. So like I missed out, I say in online we only studied it. So like we lost the experience. So I say that these 3 semesters you pay lakhs and lakhs of money, and you definitely know that is not the worth of the money. So
obviously,
like
definitely.
So I say that during this period
that only, the relationship might have strengthened, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of the point you're trying to make. So yeah, as you told, I think definitely, to be very frank with you, I think there's going to be a very big change in people's mentality, even though this mode of education does not suit people, right? A lot of people, maybe including myself also, have slight doubts about why online education is not the best mode of like kind of the way to learn things. But if you really want to let's ignore the school aspect for once, because I think in terms of schools, probably students have to go to school and learn, because I think school is like the fundamental stage where you actually learn like a lot of things. You don't go to school only for studying, right? You go to school for the way you behave, you learn a lot of social skills when you go to school. So school is a compulsory aspect, it will never ever die out. But regarding colleges, the way I or consider the job market, for example, now for all the companies right now, all the big shot companies, they look for not only your BE degree. You just don't go and hand out a degree, they don't give you jobs, right? They look for more than the degree. They look
but still you need a degree, right? So like that is the only aspect why colleges are still present.
Maybe
so,
that
like, we can't get a degree from online. So like you need to go to a college to get a degree. So like,
but the value of degree is definitely low, right?
Yeah,
people don't
even
value
though the
much.
value is not there, but they will consider you, I think, only by you have completed a degree. I don't think that they will consider you by your degree, or like whatever degree you have done, your
I think what you are saying might be true, at least even now. I think that case is not true, because
the term about passing out the college, so like then you need to
I think that stigma is gone now. What you're talking about might be true at least 2, 5 or 6 years ago, because now let's take students A and B, for example. Student A has only UG degree, he does not have any skills, he didn't do anything extra, he just has completed his college degree, but he's good knowledge, he has everything good, he's pretty good student. Let's take student B, for example. He hasn't had much like extremely high scores, and he does have a degree, for example, but he's not very good in studies. But for instance, he has a lot of other skills in his resume. For example, he knows web development, he knows extra software development, he knows a lot of programming knowledge, anything, most of the things which is kind of needed for a mechanical engineer he knows, but he just isn't able to score marks. So if you take both of the students, for example, probably it all boils down to how you do it in interview, etc. But I think the student B has more chances, or the person who has much more wider variety of skills has much more chance to survive in this economy.
Even if you go to a company, or like if you visit a company on online that you know AutoCAD, or like any other skills you have, so like I have this skill and that skill, so like if you apply also, they will I don't think that they will automatically take you without considering your degree. I think so, like they will be having a restriction about you should complete this degree. So like I don't think anyone
maybe few companies, I think definitely I do can understand where you're coming from, because I guess a lot of these companies, even now in India, they still kind of probably give much more value to degree, I suppose. But probably this situation frames right now, right? Because obviously
this may turn out this requirement of the degree might change,
reduce. The value of degree might substantially reduce considering right now. So
during this period of time,
true. So that I think that's the fundamental idea which I'm trying to say, is that the shift to going into complete online mode of education, especially for colleges, is very, very soon. Or I'm even bold to say that colleges might even go extinct at some point in the future. I don't know what the future holds. But the only thing which you can know for sure is that you don't technically need college to be a good engineer, to be a good person, to be a good to have a good paying job. You don't need engineer. You need a degree. I think that's the most basic conclusion you want to come. So anything else, Krishna? Anything else you want to add on this?
Yeah, we have to wait and see whether this situation changes or not. So like many things will come to our knowledge. So like we should wait and see whether this situation changes, or
Definitely.
like does online mode works efficient more than the actual college. So like by that way you can actually reduce your you can save your a lot of money. So like we should wait and see for what happens in the future. So like everything boils down to the time at which
True,
everything
true.
happens. Yeah.
Definitely. So as Krishna told, I think that will be the end of. We've kind of talked about everything. I suppose we wanted to come and give a talk about generally about college, nothing special, I guess. So as usual, regarding the YouTube side of things, if you have any kind of comments, suggestions, or criticism, please drop it in the YouTube comment section down below. And we've linked our personals in our YouTube comment section as well. So if you want to personally reach out to us and suggest anything, or maybe tell us about anything, you can reach out there as well. And regarding WordPress as well, for even this episode, we'll be definitely writing a blog on WordPress. So that description also will be provided in the description again. So please check that out as well. And regarding Spotify, the link will be given again. And please check us on Spotify as well, and Sounder links. All those links will be given in the description. So please do check all of them out. So that will be the end of this episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you.